In this video, I'm going to be showing you improper fractions and mixed numbers and how it's the same value, but you can write it as an improper fraction or you can write it as a mixed number. Usually you want to get it to the mixed number. An improper fraction, remember, is a fraction that has a greater number on top than on the bottom. So 7/5. So this is how many parts need a whole. I need 5 parts for a whole, and I have 7 parts. So if I have 7 parts, I have more than the whole. So whenever there's a greater number on top, it means you have more than a whole. So you have a whole, or maybe many wholes, plus a little bit more, okay? Improper fraction. So the way you change this from an improper fraction to a mixed number, mixed being you have whole numbers and a fraction. So let's change it to a mixed fraction. There's a couple different ways I'm going to show you. One is, if I know 5 is how many parts I need for a whole number, I'm going to start taking away whole numbers. So I'm going to subtract 5/5. Now I know that 5/5 is the same as a whole. So I'm going to put, there's my whole. So if I take my whole out of it, then I have like denominators, so it's easy. I'm going to subtract it. 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay, so 2/5. Now, is this an improper or a proper fraction? Well, the number on top is smaller. I don't have enough to make up a whole. It's a proper fraction, just a part of a whole. So I have this right here and this. And if I put those together, I have 1 and 2/5. So 7/5 is the same as 1 and 2/5. You can see that this is an improper fraction. I have more on top than on the bottom. So I have some whole numbers in there. So I take away my whole number, 5/5, and then it leaves me with 2/5. So then I put my whole number and my fraction, my part, together, and I get 1 and 2/5. Okay? Now, so this is that's an improper. Here's my mixed number. And I got my mixed number over here based on this, but I'm going to show how you can take a mixed number and put it into an improper fraction. And this is a method, and you got to know your multiplication facts. If you know your multiplication facts, you can do this easy peasy. Okay? You take this times this plus this, and that'll get you your top number. So it's 5 times 1 plus 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, and that stays the same. 1 and 2/5 equals 7/5. You do that every time. So let's do 3 and 4/5. 3 and 4/5, that's a mixed number. How do I make that into an improper fraction? I take 5. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 4. 15 plus 4 is 19. So I put my 19 on top, and then this 5 just comes across here, and it's 19/5. Times, add, equals. So you're going, you get that, and this 5 just goes across here, 19/5. Okay? Perfect. Now, I want to show you how you could do this one a little different. And let's keep this 3 and 4/5 equals 19/5. So I'm going to say this improper fraction is 19/5. I could go taking wholes away. And I know that it takes 5 parts to get a whole. So I'm going to take, here's one whole, I'm going to take this away. And it gets me 5. 19 minus 5 is 14. Now I still have more on top, So I can take away another whole, and that equals 5 goes over here. 14 minus 5 is 9. And I still have a bigger number on top, so I'm going to do it one more time. Take another whole away. Now I get 4/5. Now with 4/5, I don't have any more whole. Like I have less on top than on the bottom, so I don't have enough for a whole. I can't take another whole away. So I got to add up all the wholes that I took away. 1, 2, 3, and then here's my part. 3 4/5. Okay, that's the method where you keep taking the whole numbers away to get your mixed number. And you can see that 3 4/5 is 19/5. And I did it here, 19/5. Taking away the wholes gets me to my mixed number. Now let me show you one other method that instead of taking whole numbers away, you can divide. Okay, so what you do is you see how many 5s go into 19. Okay, and this will tell you how many whole numbers you have. So 5 goes into 19 3 times. Oops. 3 times 5 is 15. I subtract that. So nothing goes in here. I can't bring any other numbers down. And I have 3 wholes. And then this is my remainder of my whole number. 3 4/5. So you could divide them. It's a little quicker. And if you follow the method every time, you should be fine. Let me do one more this way. Let's see, what would be a good one? Let's do 10 thirds. 10 thirds. Now I could take 3/3 away and keep taking whole numbers away, but I want to divide it. So I want to put the big number there, and this is how many parts I need for a whole. So 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. I subtract 10 minus 9 is 1. Nothing more in there. So I get 3 wholes, and here's a part, which is my remainder out of my whole, is 3 1/3. And the way I can check that to make sure I'm good is I take it down here. If I want to know that this and this are the same, I come down here and I take my 3 1/3 and I put it into an improper fraction following my method. My times, add, equal. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. And the 3 goes over there. 3 1/3 following this method equals 10 thirds. Then I go up and check it. 10 thirds, 3 1/3. I got it. You can go back and forth from improper to mixed, and from mixed to improper. And it's just a simple process that you either do from division or you take away whole numbers. And on this one, you times those, add that, you get your top number, and your denominator stays the same. All right.